Private Sidney Walker, better known as Beau Jack. He's learning reading, writing, and arithmetic, for he had no schooling before entering the Army. Visual education is part of the training for the former lightweight champ. The doctor won't find anything wrong here. Beau Jack takes time out from studies to keep in trim. Army routine apparently hasn't slowed down the Georgia Dynamo. Battling Moon, ex-pugilist, is athletic instructor. The great day arrives. Beau Jack is going to be graduated from Army school, and he is happy and proud. The Beau autographs his gloves for his colonel, J.P. Edgerly. Congratulations to Walker. His general wishes him Godspeed and many victories. A banquet marks the graduation festivities. And Private Walker, Beau Jack, is kept busy satisfying the autograph seekers. Mrs. Roosevelt represents the President at one of the many birthday parties in his honor, for President Roosevelt was busy in his war activities. The scene here is a Washington USO Center. Joe Turner, a blues singer, makes a hit. Jitterbugs Michael Ersham and Lynette Birch amuse the crowd. This is typical of many parties which highlighted the March of Dimes campaign. These young people, and all the people in the nation, give of their money, time, and talents to make this year's drive a notable success. Making merry in the name of a great humane cause.
Mayday Mizey, liaison officer of the first Negro Consumers Council to be formed. Headquarters, Louisville. Fletcher Martin, back with Jack trophies. Only Negro war correspondent attached to General MacArthur's staff. He's back from 22 months in the Pacific, but will soon rejoin MacArthur. Professor C.A. Liggins, executive of the Louisville Boy Scouts, presents a loving cup to Dr. Roscoe Wheat on his retirement from scout activities after 25 years.
This is a busy place. The OPA Rationing Board never has a dull moment. One of thousands in the nation, they work ceaselessly. If everyone would refuse to deal with merchants who sell goods without rationing stamps, there would be no black markets. That would simplify the gigantic task of rationing boards and help speed victory.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.
All American News brings you our people's contribution to America and freedom.
C.A. Scott is now the only editor and general manager of the Atlanta Daily World, only Negro daily newspaper. But he also heads the Scott Syndicate, comprising 18 weeklies and 2 semi-weeklies, with Mrs. Scott and daughters, Portia and Jocelyn. Flournoy English of Louisville, Kentucky, received a $100 award. A suggestion he made to his employers at the Quartermaster Depot won him the prize and saved thousands of man-hours.
Congratulate you, Father Hines, on your 20th anniversary. Thanks, Shep. Suppose you tell the folks something about your sensational career.
That would be a pleasure. I started out as a pianist, and now, after being in show business as long as I have, I've been instrumental in many stars coming to what we might say the stage and the screen, such as Herbie Jeffries, who is now in California, also Billy Franklin, who is with Porgy and Bess, and several others I'm sure that you had the pleasure of listening to as far as records is concerned, like Madeline Green, Four Varieties, and the grand fellow who needs no introduction, Billy Eckstein.
I'll say he doesn't need an introduction. That's very fine, Earl. And I see on the other side your company has prepared a little treat for you. So suppose we step over there.
That's fine.
A cake marks the 20th anniversary of Earl Hines in the show world, as hosts of Friends wish the great artist and star maker many more successful years. Today is Children's Day at the USO Club near Camp Shanks at Orangeburg, New York. 1,000 children, many of them needy little ones, are guests of honor of the G.I. Joe. One of the soldiers plays Santa, and there's a gift for every youngster. The USO is good to the GIs. And now the soldiers reciprocate.
The war has complicated a lot of things, so milady is timely with her hairstyles. Did you ever see anything more involved than the coiffures of these two lovelies? Girls as pretty as these shouldn't have to worry about how they fashion their tresses, but obviously they want to be right in style. So what? So this. A pretty girl is like a melody. Must have been written about these lassies. So, if your girl is late for a date, you'll know she's trying a new hairdo.
On his tour of inspection of Great Lakes Naval Training Base, Bishop Gregg visits the kitchen. The church dignitary is interested in the chow our boys are getting. He and the other guests find the ham steaks very tasty indeed. Nobody can say our boys aren't well fed with the nation's very best. Apples and other fresh fruit grace the menu. Bishop Gregg brought good cheer to our boys on the firing lines in just about every theater of war during his recent journey. Now the gobs pass in review for the noted church leader and humanitarian. He is seen with Great Lakes officers. The bishop is much impressed with the splendid showing made by the men of his race at this leading naval base, as elsewhere in the war effort. He is doing much to encourage our fighting men.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.